It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured. Throwing in the corner. Brown fakes, fires up the three. Bang! Bang! Missed free throw. Horford the rebound. Here's Prichard. He loves these. Puts it up half court of the buzzer. Bang!
Tatum. Oh, what a fake. Tatum. You bet.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back in to your Celtics source, home of two NBA All-Stars and a rising star in J.D. Davison. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today on this show, the All-Star Weekend in San Francisco. But I want to start with, your feelings on how this team is playing heading into the All-Star break.
I say we're on a good roll right now. Gotta say, our finishing of games has picked up quite significantly. We went on this streak where we lost multiple games in the last few minutes, and I'd say that's picked up right now. And we're 38-16 right now. Second place, 2 games in front of the Knicks, but far behind the Cavs. But I say we're at a pretty good spot.
Yeah, ever since, I feel like Jayson Tatum is the biggest reason why right now. Jaylen Brown has been out for a little bit. Holiday's been injured. I think it's going to be good for him to get the week off and rest. But, Tatum has, flipped the switch completely. He was, in January, he was awful. He was just turning the ball over, dumb decisions, and then very lazy on defense. And now it feels like he's just taking over games every single night. Like the one against the Heat, or the Knicks in the Garden against the Heat. And then, against the Spurs, didn't he have 21 in the first quarter last night or whatever?
Yeah, well, he's become quite the star. I know people don't consider him quite in the MVP race, but he might be up there because of how valuable he is to his team, more than his actual points per game and rebounds.
He's doing so many more things than just the pure numbers. I know he can't be considered in the MVP race just because of the talent that's around him. But when Tatum's usage is over 40%, this team is 25-3 this year or something like that. When Tatum's going, or when Tatum is making the plays, doing all the reads, this team is unbeatable.
Yeah, Tatum has also been more minutes. He's been playing in the third and start of the fourth more, which I gotta say is big. But we don't want to overuse him.
I was about to say, do you worry about it becoming sort of like the Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks tiring him out? He's never been injured in his career, and that's sort of what makes him such a special star, is that he's always reliable. He never wants to sit out games. Apparently, against the Heat, he was listed as questionable. Joe Mazzulla was trying to get him to sit, and he goes down there and he's like, F it, I want to play. And he goes out and has a night, but I feel like his minutes are getting a little too high.
Well, I think his minutes, they've definitely gotten higher, but I think it's his choice. And of course, he might not do the right thing for himself, but I think he feels that he's in great shape. I think he put in a lot of work after he won the finals and is a lot more fit than the Knicks last year to play. And while he might get injured, I don't think anything long-term will happen.
I think, yeah, but I just worry about him not being ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the one
It depends
problem.
if they have a week off or not.
But it's more important, can we keep Porzingis healthy?
Porzingis has been on fire in January and February. He slowed down a little bit in February, but he was the one that really kept them in games in January.
Yep. Yeah, Porzingis just a big factor. give Brad Stevens a lot of credit for what he's done to the roster.
Yeah, I mean, right, Jaylen Brown, I guess we'll transition over here to the weekend ahead. Right. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown are heading to San Francisco for Jason Tatum's, I think it's fifth All-Star game, third start, something like that. I don't remember. And then Jaylen Brown's third appearance.
They're on the same team too.
Yeah, they're playing for Team Shaq along with all the veterans and Steph Curry. Here I got the list here. Steph Curry, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving is replacing AD because AD went down. And then Damian Lillard, and of course his teammate Jaylen Brown.
Yep. It's gonna be a win for Team Shaq, even though I don't
How
think
do
the
you like
odds are
this?
in their favor.
How do you like this new format?
Well, I like the goal of it. Actually, try to bring some enthusiasm, like they did to the All-Star game. Like in hockey, they have a $1 million jackpot, so people actually try. And I like the idea, but they just don't care enough. Like you got to do something that they care about.
They're never gonna care. It's their moment off. They need a rest in the game. Like you're never gonna get them.
So you got to get the people that care. You can't get the veterans that make it every year. That's what the people like to see. We got to bring up the rising stars, and I think that's what they're doing with the rising star roster and younger people in the dunk contest and Mac McClung from the G League, who is the only moment the people will actually watch him, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean about it, right? Mac McClung is like the only guy doing the dunk contest.
Well, this year, a lot better than last year. Cause gotta say, well, I
But
do love
last year,
Jaylen
Jaylen
Brown.
Brown,
Yeah, well, I do love Jaylen Brown. He cannot dunk.
Jaylen Brown, what do you mean he can't dunk? He's an in-game dunker. He's not great like by himself. But
Mm,
who else is doing it?
he,
You
he can
have
dunk over someone, but he can only dunk over Shaq. Shaq sitting. That's like not impressive.
did he dunked over
Like anyone
Donovan
could do
Mitchell,
that.
didn't he? Last year?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's just
Who
not
else
a fancy
who else is
dunker.
doing it this year?
He's not. Um, is Mac McClung, Stephen Castle from the Spurs, Andrew Jackson Jr. Bucks, Mac McClung, and Mac McClung. Yeah. Did I miss? I think that's it.
You
I
know,
might miss.
yeah, I mean Mac McClung's gonna win that for
Well,
his like
I
third
mean,
team.
Stephen Castle might win. Stephen Castle's a pretty good dunker,
I mean,
but I don't know if the NBA wants to give it to him for a third time.
especially because he's not even in the league.
Well, they like that because it's what gets people to watch. Like, let's be honest, All Star Weekend for them, it's all only about making money. They don't actually care about like who
Yeah, but
shows up.
like it's just a poor product. And the 3-point contest, Peyton Pritchard was asked apparently or was considering doing the 3-point contest. It's too bad. He should have done it. He'd been so good would have been so good at it.
Yeah, but I mean, you see, it's their break. The only time off they get all year. They want it off.
I
I
know,
can't
but Peyton
blame them.
Pritchard's a baller. I know Peyton
Maybe,
Pritchard would be doing that stuff.
yeah. If they got maybe in order for the NBA to actually make them care, they give them another break. Like they put 3 breaks throughout the season and say, "Look, we're giving you these other breaks. Please actually try." In the
Put some
All-Star game,
incentive on the game.
yeah,
They really should do like a 1v1 battle. I feel like that would get guys' egos, they don't want to be ruined going 1-on-1 against someone else.
yeah, but then no one would do it. Like I know LeBron's not doing a 1v1 unless it's against someone that's half his size.
LeBron's the one that ruined this whole dunk contest and All-Star game back in
Yeah,
03 when, or maybe it's 04 when he didn't make the All-Star game
Yeah, and
rookie
then
year, so he
he wouldn't
decided
go.
not to do the dunk contest.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of true, but like it was never as big of an event as I don't know. But they're trying to do the same thing with the in-season tournament, trying to get people to care. But like, I mean, it works for the people off the bench, but they already care because they already need to prove themselves. The people that are on the court, starters, they already make money. They don't need the money from the in-season tournament. They don't care about winning it. It doesn't mean anything to them.
Yeah, I mean, like Kobe used to do it, other guys used to do it back then, and then it
Used to
sort of
be good players, but it wasn't ever good basketball.
died off. I mean, they used to care. I feel like they really should just get rid of the whole thing. Like, just name them, but you don't need an actual weekend.
Maybe they should get rid of like the break, maybe of the game. I mean, the skills contest, that's like more interesting. It's still awful because like Ant shooting with his left hand, Scotty Barnes, all that stuff. But it's kind of funny to watch, and it's more interesting than a bunch of people shooting half court shots.
You know who should do the dunk contest? Victor Wembanyama.
Well, he can't dunk. I mean, he's too tall to dunk. He can't do any trick dunks. He jumps like he
What do you
doesn't
mean? He
jump
can
when he
do all
dunks.
sorts of things. He could go like over the basket or whatever.
Yeah, but he can't get it like through the legs and dunk. He can't jump that high. He's like 7'1", 7'2", something.
Yeah, maybe.
How tall is he? What?
He's 7'3", I think, around there. Same height as Porzingis, I think.
He looks a lot taller. Yeah, he's 7'3", but
I
he's a lot
mean,
skinnier. So I'm actually surprised he hasn't gotten injured yet. He keeps good care of himself.
he seems
Got
to
it.
be he seems to be pretty healthy.
I expect that during his career, we'll have one like lap where he doesn't, one like time point where he stops, stretching for hours before a game and all, and he'll get injured, right? Like Anthony Davis.
Well,
I mean,
Anthony Davis has been very injured in his career.
whole
He's had a
career,
great
yeah,
couple of seasons, but you know,
yeah. Okay.
um,
What do you think about the new All Star format?
like the three like the three teams. I mean, they're trying. Like we
For the
sort of already talked
game,
about this, trying to like find something to get people involved. I mean, I think they just get rid of it. Maybe they should get like guys from the street. It's funny. Stephen A's been saying this on First Take that they should get guys from the street and players have to like sponsor them and they should compete
that would be
like a
smart,
dunk
but
contest.
the problem
Like
with that
they'd
is
probably
it's
be
so
better dunkers.
unreliable. It's so unreliable, and if it fails, like the NBA can't. Like they're all about money. They prefer like a steady, consistent flow versus maybe a little extra or a lot worse.
Well, I feel like right if they have like a contest in each city and every all-star has to like back up whoever they think is gonna win from their city or whatever, and like they compete in a dunk contest, they'd probably be better dunkers than some of the NBA guys.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna wrap this up sort of.
Yeah, because I mean,
uh,
better. I don't know. They'll bring more energy, of course. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Your sort of final thoughts on what the Celtics sort of have to do after the All-Star break.
Well, I really after the All-Star break, I don't think it really matters how they play. Just gotta I want to see them get hot as we approach the playoffs and stay hot. I mean, of course we want to play good, but I'd prefer for us to have a bad streak now and go into the playoffs hot, just having a hot streak now and go into the playoffs cold. I think it makes a big difference.
You wonder if like maybe this All-Star break is gonna they're gonna lose their momentum after they've been pretty good over the last 2 weeks or so, besides that one bad Dallas loss at home.
Well, for Joe Mazzulla, we all know what he. Think will impact our momentum greatly. No.
Yeah. Final thoughts on. Let's see who they play right after break. They play. See, they play the. Right after break, they play. Here it is. Sixers. So they're at the Sixers and they're home against the New York. They play Toronto, Detroit, and then they play the Cavs again. And the Cavs got so much better at the trade deadline, getting DeAndre Hunter.
Well, we should straight up beat all those teams. The only close game should be against the Cavs, and we should still beat them. I think we're
but like
we're like two. What's our record against them this season? 2-1.
We're 2-1.
3-2. Yeah, 2-1.
2-1.
We should win that. We're a better team in a 7-game series.
I know it's really all about matchups when it gets to the playoffs. Like they're having a better season, but they were missing. They couldn't guard, or they couldn't match up against the Celtics wings. And DeAndre Hunter being a wing is gonna completely change it. I think the gap has significantly lessened between the two teams, but I do still think the Celtics have an advantage.
I agree. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. That's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, follow on social media, follow Julian on social media, and I'll be back covering the All-Star break, recaps after every game. And until next time, go Celtics.
Folks, this looks like it's going to be a layup. Watch Derek White sprint and tell Jimmy Butler, not happening here. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous.